Hey, how you guys doing? This is Rich from Rich TV Live. I'm just sitting here in self-isolation. We've been told by our Prime Minister here in Canada that we should stay home. Canada has now officially banned anyone from coming into the country that is not either regulated by the country or a Canadian citizen or a US citizen. But they have not banned flights to the Caribbean or to the United States, and they've still left 4 major airports open in Canada. This is a very crazy time. This is a historic time. As I watched our Prime Minister speak about what is happening, I could see the severity of the situation as he spoke about it, and I think maybe a little bit of shock. He was bombarded with questions about why he's opening up the borders to America. His response was that we do a lot of business with America, so we will continue to. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't leave the borders open to Americans, but we need to make sure we test every single person that enters into our country and every single person who leaves our country. 7 weeks ago, I started talking about this epidemic and saying that this is a really big emergency. I knew at that point in time that this was real. I also predicted it would be in 100 countries. We'd have deaths in Canada and deaths in the United States. Today, we had 3 new deaths in British Columbia, right in the same city that I live, where I'm reporting from right now. We had 30 new cases today, 6 people that have been hospitalized, and 3 people who died here in British Columbia. Now it's going to be difficult for anyone who has decided to travel to enter back into the country. You're going to have to quarantine yourself for at least 14 days. And if you do have the virus, you may not be able to come back into Canada. Think about that. So if you've got a trip booked, I would cancel that trip. I mean, I think right now everybody needs to be in self-isolation. I think the stock market should be the last thing that everybody's focused on. And we need to think about self-isolation. Como says, Rich, this is the beginning. It will get worse. Wait until things really get going in New York. Yeah, I'm very concerned about what's going to happen here. The stock market is plummeting. People are being told to stay home here in Canada now by the Prime Minister. Angela Rivas says, be thankful you are not in America because it will be hell here. There will be riots, purge mentality here, gunshots going to be going off everywhere. Nowhere will be safe here soon. I hope that's not the case. I really hope and I pray that's not the case. But I'm putting myself in isolation right now, in self-isolation, because I just like to listen to the government. And the government right now is telling everyone to stay in self-isolation and avoid people and practice social distancing. It's a new. Now, if you want, we're down 2,000 points right now on the Dow Jones, down 8.9%. S&P 500 down 8.2%. NASDAQ down 8.5%. Global Dow down 6%. Gold hovering around 1,500, down 1%. And oil down almost 9% at $28.90, being devastated. And the death toll in coronavirus just grows. I mean, we're over 7,000 global deaths now, 7,074 deaths, 179,073 cases worldwide. And the markets are just taking a hit. But what I'm going to do, since you guys are here, because I love to share with the people, I'm going to give you guys all the winners. You guys ready? Since you joined me, I'm going to give you guys the winners. You guys ready? Yes, I'm up in Canada. OPGN is flying today, up 126%. JNUG, a gold miners ETF, up 66% at only $7.40. I think there's a lot of room for that one to go. APRN up 64%. PCTL, a penny stock that's in the coronavirus game, up 52%. Be careful, it has a stop sign. TRVI up 48%. NUGT, another gold miners ETF, up 46%. These are what I would call slump buster picks. A lot of these picks are picks that are going up when the market goes down. So write them down, put them on your watch list. I'm not saying you should buy them, especially because they're up today. But these are the ones when the market goes back up, most likely tomorrow. These are the ones you pick up, and then if the market crashes again, you'll see huge. Some of these gold plays, I think, have huge upside. AYTU up 44%, a bioscience play. VIXY, the VIX short ETF, 27% up. I do own shares in TOE. LITH being promoted by the promoters today, heavily promoted. I gave you guys this pick in advance, up 23% today. Good job by the promoters on that one. SQQQ, another short ETF, up 21% today. Kinross Gold, I do own Kinross Gold. A gold miners ETF, up 13%. Sona, another company that is working with Google with hits in the coronavirus space. Sona in Canada up 10%. And Barrick Gold, one of the top gold miners in the world, Barrick Gold, stock exchange under the symbol gold, best symbol in the world, gold at $16. Those are some of the top plays today. Those are some of the top plays today, guys. So I thought I'd share it with you guys since you guys are joining with me right now. No, it's not the screen is dirty. It's just really sunny right now. The sky is open. The sky is open right now. The sky is open and it's really blue on this day. The sun is out and it's a beautiful day and it's self-isolation. Como says, in Germany, TUI and Lithuania's are almost broke and will continue to do so. That's a really terrible situation. Dan West says, Rich, you're in Canada, huh? Yep. It's starting to happen everywhere. Starting to happen everywhere. The Dow Jones is down 2,000 points, yes. It's kind of funny because I was the first one to tell people not to panic, and I've been preparing people and been trying to prepare people for what's coming. And it's a terrible situation. Terrible, terrible, terrible situation. Terrible, terrible, terrible situation. No, there's nothing wrong with my camera. It's the sun. It's actually a really sunny day. There's nothing wrong with the camera. You guys keep telling me to clean my camera. There's nothing wrong with my camera. It's the sun. It's a very sunny day here right now. Very, very sunny day. Can't see me because it's sunny. Philip says, thoughts on swing trading mRNA? Been up a lot today. I like mRNA. You guys know I did a video on them first. Huge fan of mRNA. Another coronavirus. Let's take a look at where they're at today. I know that they started human trials. Was it today? I believe they started human trials today. Yeah, 14%. Yeah, big fan. Moderna, big fan. But you got to buy them on the dips, right? It's been on a crazy run, so you want to pick it up on its dips. But yeah, mRNA and coronavirus stocks, some of them doing well today. Others not so well. overall, the markets are just getting slaughtered. Overall, the markets are getting completely slaughtered today. Philip says, yep, they're in the process of shutting down restaurants and bars where I live. Can be over 50% capacity starting today. Can't be over 50% capacity starting today. Our prime minister just told us to self-quarantine. Our prime minister just said, stay at home. We will find a way to feed you and pay your rent. Stay at home. That's what our prime minister just said. So I'm going to self-quarantine. I'm going to stay at home as much as I can. The world as we know it is different. I've never been told by the prime minister ever in my life in 42 years to stay at home. That is the first time. And I'm saddened that my children have to live in a world like this. It's sad. It's very sad. It's scary. You know, our kids are going to grow up with a bunch of anxiety because they're going to grow up in a weird world where now you're supposed to be practicing social distancing. So the question is, can my kids go to their friends' houses? I don't even know. I don't even know. Philip says, makes sense. I'm debating not going to the gym today and working out at home instead. I think we have to start trying to stay home as much as possible if we want to stay safe until we figure out a way to beat this. And I know it sounds weird, but it's better than going to war and fighting and putting your life on the line. If you leave your home, you're risking your own safety, essentially. That's what they're saying. Fuad says collapse. So yeah, it's pretty hard to hold up a market like this. X-Root says the general population is starting to wake up now, but in my opinion, it's a little too late. America is going to look 100 times worse than Italy now in 3 months. I pray that's not the case. Michelle Clark says, Philip, they closed all gyms today in New York City. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy situation, guys. This has turned into a very, very crazy situation. It's like something out of a horror movie. And the markets are collapsing. Gold stocks are going up. Some ETFs are going up. Short ETFs are going up. So there's still opportunity to make money. Gold miners are going up. Gold miner ETFs are going up. There's still going to be opportunities all the time in the market. You can short stocks. You can buy puts. If you want to put options on stocks, you can put puts. You can buy puts. And you can make money on the way down, right? So there's money to be made up and down. So there's money to be made in the market regardless. It's just crazy to see the market plunging the way it is. It's crazy to see the president in America saying, stay home. It's crazy to see the prime minister in Canada saying, stay home. It's crazy to see China in lockdown, Spain in lockdown, Italy in lockdown. It's a crazy world right now. Fernando says GLD MACD is diverging. Philip says New Mexico is still a little behind, it seems, but my spring break for school just became 3 weeks. I think that we need to be prepared for something different. And I think a lot of those 2 weeks and 3 weeks will turn into 4 weeks and potentially months. We need to be prepared for isolation. Philip says, was following OPK, but I sold off finally and pretty much broke even, was barely going anywhere, and I bought in too high. Yeah, right now you need to be patient. You need to be a sniper. We know that these markets are going to get worse before they get better. So we need to be patient right now, and we need to be careful because the markets are selling off. However, the markets will get financial safety and security and backing from the Federal Reserve, and there will be times where the market will pump up. Over the last few weeks, what we've seen is there's going to be days where the market's going to go up, and then there's going to be days where the market's going to go down. There's massive volatility in these markets, which creates a crazy amount of opportunity to make money. What we need to do is we need to find what the alternative trades are. If we can't trade Visa and MasterCard and American Express right now, Tesla, Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, because they're going down because everybody's selling off, then we need to figure out what is going up. And what is going up, if you don't want to short, you can buy short ETFs. I gave you a bunch of them. You can buy the VIX. You can buy the VIX M. You can buy the VIX Y. You can buy gold ETFs, which seem to be doing well today. So there are other opportunities out there where you can still make money even when the market is selling off. So what we need to do is we need to recognize the trend of what's happening right now. And typically what we've seen over the last week is when we have a huge day down, it's followed with a huge day up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a huge day up tomorrow. Now, if you see a huge day up tomorrow, that would be the time where you want to buy one of these ETFs, a short ETF, potentially a gold ETF. It's going to be a fluid situation. It's going to be day by day, but I'm being very, very selective. I'm staying in cash with a lot of my position right now, and I'm being very selective with what I'm going to be buying and being very strategic because these markets do have opportunities everywhere, up and down, and we need to be very, very smart, and we have to recognize that the market is most likely going to go back down. Denla says, enjoy to be outside. I predict within a week, it will be illegal to go outside for a period. Yeah, and that's really scary. Is Andrew shorting Inovio? Yes, he is. He's also got them in litigation and securities fraud allegations and all kinds of issues with the Securities and Exchange Commission, as he advertised that he wanted. He got his wish. Philip says, gave up on INO, literally gives me a headache. Well, once they start getting shorted and they're under attack by Andrew Left, and he says, we're going to short them, you've been warned, we have to recognize what that means. Michelle says, do we still have to pay monthly gym memberships if the city shuts down the gyms? I don't. If the city shuts down the gyms, why would you go to the gym? Yeah, I would cancel your memberships. Fernando Felicio says SPXS Bears ETFs pays dividends, look good long to me in a bear market. Nice pick, Fernando. Thank you for sharing. Myron Gain says TVIX is crazy, 550 now. Fernando says SPXS equals TVIX. Thank you for sharing your picks, guys. Please do that. And guys, when you enter this room, please smash that like button. It allows the video to go viral so more people can join the stream. We can talk about what is happening in the markets live and interactive on this very sad day. The markets are crashing, but more importantly, the reason why it's a sad day is that the Prime Minister of Canada has just announced that everybody should try to stay home. I don't know what that means for our economy. I don't know what that means for us. I don't know what it means for Canadians. But the Prime Minister has just announced that we should stay home. And the market is tanking. Michelle Clark says, some of those blue chip stocks are too heavily dependent on China and have many Chinese employees. They have a supply problem overseas and a politically correctness problem with employees. Philip says, yeah, OPK is also being shorted by another research company who publishes about them in the past. Be careful, guys, when they start getting shorted. Be careful. X Ruth says, Rich, do you go out in public with a mask and goggles despite the nasty looks for some reason? No, I don't. Michelle Clark says, Apple and Amazon and any blue chip stocks too dependent on China. Yeah, I mean, we have to be careful. We have to recognize the severity of the situation and how it's going to affect the economy and affect the markets. And it's going to affect the markets in a big way. We're headed for a recession and potentially a depression. And until we find a cure, it only looks worse every single day. So it's Pretty bad situation as far as I'm concerned. And I've been saying that for 7 weeks, so I'm probably the last guy that's surprised. Jeff Noack says, looks like news conference is not just Pence and his boys, but Trump is now scheduled to talk. When is that happening? Oh, they're about to go live, eh? 3 p.m. Eastern. Oh, so they're about to go live. All right, you know what? I'm going to stream that, guys. I'm going to stream that. Careful out there today. I gave you guys some picks that I think could do well. I'm going to stream that. I want to see what happens, what America has to say. So thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, everybody. Wash your hands, self-isolate, and tell your family and the people that you love the most how much you love them, because tomorrow's not guaranteed in this crazy world. Thank you, guys. It's your boy, and I'm out. Peace. ETFs, VIX, stay safe. Wash your hands. Smash that like. Thanks for watching.